a multi-5-figure trip in the sky for a couple of hours is worth more to them than that money. That's how efficient they are with it. That's how they use it as such a tool.
The jet business on Instagram, yeah, he states that you need to fly at least 400 hours a year in order for a private jet to be worth the investment. But I don't think the cost of the jet is where the fees come in. I think the cost associated with owning a private jet is the maintenance, the refueling, the landing fees, and everything else associated with it. And I think it's the maintenance costs more than anything before.
Yeah. Brokerage got like leaving it inside of the hangars.
Everything. Imagine the amount of safety, there's regulations, safety, and the amount of auditing that you would have to do to maintain and run a plane like this. But the thing is, I'm a very, very bad flyer. For all the anxious flyers out there, I relate to it completely. I absolutely hate it. However, I didn't even have the slightest treacle and anxiety. Go on.
We're all doing outfit change, so when we got our two outfits.
Wow. You've had the matrix. He's already thought of it. Proactivity.
Yeah, that's how you know everyone's like 500 steps ahead. Brain's already ticking about the future. He's already living in the future.
Broski already strategized the landing. Broski already had the evaluation report.
To market and an exit strategy.
Yeah, he had the exit strategy like, oh. What's it, Lewis?
Actually, talk about this, because this is something we kind of touched on last time, but how we got to like, eventually we'll be sharing this experience with our parents and good friends.
Yeah.
That's going to be such a crazy feeling. But no one else, apart from me and you, have the opportunity to do that in our families at the minute. That's going to be the latest thing.
Imagine when you go in on a ski trip with the family, bro. You put the whole family in this set and everyone's sending wine, all enjoying themselves, touchdown, get the chopper to the chalet, all of the extreme luxury shit. And I'm not saying that money buys happiness, however, I do think it buys experience.
100%.
And at this realm, like you said before, it's something that only 1% of people in the world are available to do and see.
Yeah.
And that's very, less than 1%. And I think that to be able to do this and reflect back on it in future years and actually appreciate the moments, and it's not even necessarily the environment. This is great, of course. This is just a better experience than what you could have if you used to fly EasyJet.
Yeah.
I think what it is saying, oh, yo, you know when we was 25 and 22?
Yeah.
You know what we did? We managed to get a jet to Geneva. And then you can speak about it with your children. It's a good motivating factor. And I think it can inspire a lot of people. A lot of people on social media misinterpret luxury and the people and how people show what they do through flexing. But I like to do it as inspiration.
Okay, that's the way you got to look at it, because this is available to pretty much anyone who goes and puts the work in.
Yeah.
If anyone actually tries hard enough, you stack your cash, you build your business, you do all the right things first, that's when you can start to appreciate these rewards. And like you say, you do it as early on as possible to place it in the realm of reality. Now that you know when next time you go to do something, one, you can look back and be like, oh shit, we did that so young. But two, and we go look back in like 10 plus years, and it becomes daily life. You're like, oh shit, man, go and do that so early on. 100%. And then we drafted, went back and did it 10 times further for our energy.
And do you know what it is as well? People misinterpret the costs of jets. Now, everybody watching this now will think, oh my God, they've spent 20, 30,000 pounds to get on a one-way jet to Geneva. The prices don't work like that on private jets. Now, this is the reason networking and rapport building is so important with the people that you meet. Now, I'll tell you about the backstory about how we managed to fly on this private jet for less than £5,000.
The jet business exposed.
So I'm going to explain how it works right now. I approached the largest jet broker in the world and I put a quote in to fly from Marbella to Ibiza. Started networking with a great broker who has the largest portfolio of jets on their roster. And what I did, I said to him, right, well, you know what, let's go ahead with it. I want to book an empty leg. Now, what is an empty leg? Say, for example, there's a jet that needs to get back from Paris to its initial hangar where they maintain that jet, and it's currently in London. It will cost the owner more for the jet to be in London and not at its departure hangar. So the whole principle is what an empty leg is you will get a discounted rate in order to get that jet back to the home departure hangar as soon as it possibly can be. So anyway, speaking a bit more about this relationship I started building with, I just started asking him, should we catch up for a coffee sometime? Whenever you're going to meet clients around my area, I was living in Sheffield at the time. And I said to him, I was like, look, let's meet up. Went for a coffee with him, sat down with him. And I said to him, look, I would love to start brokering my clients for more returns. We have a lot of high net worth individuals. Can we start pushing deal flow through to yourself and build a bit of a working B2B relationship? Now, we then got a client in the first month for a very big book, and it was a £30,000 jet from Manchester to, where was it now? I think it was Marbella. I wanted to say Marbs. He was like, oh no, this kid's hungry. Started posting the jets through the platform. I got him to follow the page so he could see my work rate and my efforts going into trying to bring in lead acquisition. And then he was like, you know what? I'm going to start allocating you more empties. I want you to push all of these empties through all of your clients in the UK. Since then, we've probably pushed him over 200 grand's worth of deal flow. And then now, whenever I message him, we've got more than just a working relationship, it's a friendship.
So it's just like the heavy nurture throughout the year.
Yeah.
Actually then get opportunities like
Yeah, and then now, like any normal person, do you know if they inquired with this fleet, no normal person would get access to this. Because of that rapport over the last sort of 12 months, we now get offered the empties anywhere.
I was telling the vlog this earlier, right? And I was saying how the opportunity to get on this was through a lot of giving first without even any expectation back. We were just working on nurturing the relationship, not necessarily going into the kill right way that everyone does.
Yeah.
People just go into a relationship like, okay, well, what can I get as early as possible for the cheapest price? But if you give it backhandedly, push the deal for through because you knew it would pay off.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's not even about like, you know, kind of doing that in a sneaky way. That's just how business should work. Really.
Right, I'm going to give everyone a business idea now. So let me give you a secret cheat code that nobody knows or not even spoke about this before on camera. When I introduce other concierge businesses onto my jet broker account, every single time they inquire, they try and back on the bill. And they think I don't get my pot of commission. Now, every single time I do an introduction for a concierge business, I get a 50-50 profit share on the back end of every deal that gets converted and pushed over the line. So even if I brought in a concierge business in LA who had the highest amount of high net worth individuals to then start booking with their concierge, I'll do the introduction, put them onto our account, and then every single time they'll inquire, we'll have a request log. Any clients who genuinely do pay with the concierge firm, they'll add their markup onto it, but we've already got a 50-50 broker split on the back end with the brokers. So they think the price that they're getting presented is their B2B rate on an empty. Little do they know, I've got my 50% comms on a direct split with the team. For those who are looking to start a business, in my opinion, if I was to go back 5 years, I wouldn't change anything, but what would I have done differently? I'll give you one example now. Imagine every single business in the UK or any startup company needs an accountant, right? However, when you're starting a business, you don't know the regulation behind the importance of paying your taxes, VAT, all the other liabilities that are incorporated within it. Now, what if you was a lead gen agent, and partnered up with a great accountant? What could you then do? You could then arrange with the accountants, well, what would you charge for an annual tax return and a VAT return quarterly? Give me the quotations and I want to bring you clients in. Now, give me your best possible price. And then what you do is you then turn around, come to some sort of an agreement with their deliverables. And then what you then do is cold dial every single business on Google and say to them, look, you know, I've just been auditing your business on Companies House. I can see that your account's overdated. You know, you've not submitted anything yet. Just to give you a bit of a background story on myself, you know, I get in contact with people like yourself who are struggling to submit their accounts, X, Y, and Z, and you build a really structured script.
Yeah.
And what you do is you'd speak to every accountant as if you're going to inquire with them about them managing your taxes. You'd then record the call, and then you'd whack that into ChatGPT and say, build me an outbound pitch proposal based on all of these factors from these call recordings that you've recorded on Zoom.
I could leverage AI, but you know what you could do as well, like you've done for your business? You could even build out a scraper, even if you do it on Native, a very simple one for your local area, and start going with local first. Put it into Google Sheets, and then you get their contact number, you get personal contact numbers and their website.
You can scrape Google.
And you can automate even outbound emails to like initially give that the first like inkling.
Yeah,
first
point of contact.
Yeah.
But like,
put like a couple of points of contact before you even go and hit them on the phone.
But
Know your name.
Like a lot of business owners are unaware that you can publicly scrape data from websites because they have open APIs. Like you can get whatever information you need. If you wanted to scrape the whole of Google to give you a list of every single UK accountant that has a registered address with their contact details from a platform like LinkedIn, there's LinkedIn scrapers where you can get contact details of talent that you're trying to hire. There's multiple ways of finding data.
There's so many ways you can leverage AI and the software that you have today. It goes way beyond your imagination. If you think something can be built out, it can be built out 10 times better, 10 times more effective, and 10 times faster usually than you even can consider. That's something that when I was speaking to you about some software that I can build for my industry, I started talking to you about the different types of tech. It's just like, well, yeah, you can do that within a day. And he's like, well, have you thought about this? And in your mind, like once you actually get the ball rolling, you realize what's actually possible.
Well, the thing is, you know, when you look at generational business models, like things that have really changed the revolution of business, you have Airbnb, you have Booking, you have Airbnb, you've got Booking, you've got Netflix, you've got Uber. Now, what do all of these businesses have in common? They all connect the business or service directly with the consumer, like Uber, for example. They have thousands of drivers, tens of thousands of drivers, and they don't own a single taxi within their portfolio. But all they're doing is connecting the problem of a customer not being able to get somewhere with the convenience of assigning them a driver through simplicity on a really good functional user interface through their platform. And another example now, Airbnb and Booking.com. Like, all they've done is got in contact with the world's leading hotels, the best landlords who own huge portfolios of apartments for short-term accommodation, and they've just integrated within a tech stack, within a platform, and taken a 20% affiliate commission. It's a huge broker business. Go compare another example.
Well, everyone does it. It's just like people don't like kind of sleep on the fact that you can just need affiliate for pretty much any business in today's day. Especially if you're at zero, all you have to do is get good at one skill. Say, for example, marketing. Find an industry where you can slot yourself into and take a middleman fee for it to be convenient for someone. Like, for example, for me or for you, someone come in and said, look, I'm going to bring you a bunch of clients. Give me a little thing on the back end off my profit. You're going to say, yes, it's zero passive work for me, passive income. And for them, they get to like start out in entrepreneurship and learning it.
We'll give them a real life case study now. My meeting this morning, the live streaming app. Now, they basically want to establish a partnership for us to introduce high luxury fashion for live shopping. And I turned around and I said to him, well, phase one, let's roll that out. That sounds great. I'm really excited for that opportunity. However, phase two, what that could look like is, why don't we introduce B2B and set up an affiliate program where we get a percentage of the sales that the people that we refer, because we've got an educational platform with 1,000 members who are all personal shoppers, why not leverage that audience on a B2B basis and take a percentage of each transaction that they push through? Yeah. So essentially, we're a lead affiliate.
Yeah.
And no matter how much they sell through the platform, you will always get a percentage of the sale. Yeah. And that's the lifetime value partnership that will pay you forever. One of our good friends called Lewis owns one of the UK's largest mobile phone networks. Now, Lewis, can you tell everyone about your story with Bosch and the reason you set it up?
Wow. That was a serious question, wasn't it? Just right off the bat.
Yeah. Everyone wants to know about Bosch.
Well, Bosch is a product of my personal circumstances. If you can't get credit in the UK, you can't build credit. And over 54% of UK adults are declined for a mobile phone on contract on the high street. So this transcends through to overdrafts, personal loans, car finance and mortgages. So over half of the adult population has subprime credit rating.
Like, just being able to come on here and fly and just like literally experience it, being able to record a little body for you guys and try to drop some value back. It's just an insane thing. And like I say, look, you guys need to just pick up the camera. No matter what stage you're at, whether you're just documenting your journey, whether you're at level 3, whether you're at level 4, whether you're at level 100, there's always someone who can learn from you. Like even now, I know I'm not the very best in my entire game, but I'm significantly more steps ahead than a lot of people trying to get into this business or even have started and are just like a little bit struggling where to go. So I know that I can provide a lot of value for those people. And with fast tracking their journeys to get to where I am, hopefully they can go and extend beyond me as well. But like I say, I'm a kickback, experience the rest of this jet. Like I say, I hope you guys can definitely do it one day. And I know it's possible for you. Because I like to always claim that I was just a regular dude. But I did work at Tesco. I did stack them shelves. And no matter what position you are in now, you can make it out. However, I don't brand myself as a regular dude anymore. I'm a savage because I made this shit happen. And you might as well start lifting your inner self-worth in order so that you can make it happen 10 times faster. Let's get it, guys.